Hey, hi everybody. This is Andy here, and we're going to continue from where we left off in our basic JavaScript Freecodecamp series. Let's take it from here. All right, now we are going to start up with this. Write reusable JavaScript with functions. Taking it from here, it's not so difficult. Easy peasy function. There are other ways to. There's a shorter way to call functions or to write functions. However, we'll learn that much later. For now, we are going to use reusable function. Should have copied that. All right. Print console.log hi world to the console, and then we'll call the function using reusable function. That's all you need. All right, moving on. Parameters are variables that act as placeholders for values that are to be input to a function when it is called. Anyway, these are the arguments as the values that are passed into these placeholders or parameters. Okay, so these are parameters and these are arguments. Nice. Only change code below this line. It's just going to remove this. So what are we supposed to do? Create a function called with function with args that accept two arguments and outputs their sum to the dev console. So function with args to be a function, all right. What is this supposed to do? Outputs their sum to the dev console. Okay, so console.log a plus b. Then we're going to pass in some arguments like call the function with two numbers after you define it, 1, 2. That is all. All right, we have global scope in functions. All right, so just read this up. Self-explanatory. For my global will instantiate it to 10. All right. Oops, global should be a global variable and have a value of 5. All right, so another one. Okay, local scope and functions. Local scope applies only within the function, so whatever variable you declare within the function will stay in that variable and cannot be used anywhere else. Declare local variable myvar inside my local scope, which is this. Very silly of them. These tests are meant to be right here and not here, because I never pay attention to the comments, which is actually a bad bad habit of mine. Okay, so we've seen global scope and we've seen local scope. And then the function my phone will return head because the local version of the variable is present. A local variable to my outfit function to override the value of outwear with sweater. Var outerwear equals to sweater. Okay, lowercase. Okay, to return a value from a function with return. Okay, I mentioned this earlier. The return keyword returns the value of the value that's in front of it here. So the result of this, whatever it is, will be returned, and then you can use it and maybe assign it to a variable or do some addition or subtraction with it, whatever. That's something like this. Whatever it returns, okay, like console.log will return the value of -7, 10. 10 minus 7 equals 3. So it returns 3 here and prints it to the console. So create a function times 5 that accepts one argument. So function accepts one argument, let's call it arg, and does what? Multiplies it by 5. Arg, so we return arg multiplied by 5. And then we test our times 5 function. So how do we test our times 5 function? Let's just pass in 5. So 5 times 5 should give us 25. And they never write the answers here, the values. So we can't even test. So there's no point. Okay. So understanding undefined value returned from a function. So before it was stated that undefined values are variables, like variables are undefined. So that can be an undefined value. But in this case, the function can include the return statement, but it doesn't have to. In this case, or in the case that the function doesn't have a return statement, when you call it, the function processes the inner code but returns value. The return value is undefined. So like in this case, if you call add 3, okay, you won't get anything. Why? Because there is no return keyword here. So basically, if you're returning a value like a number or a string or whatever, it's advised that you use the return keyword. All right. To create a function add 5, I'm going to copy this without any argument. Function add 5. And function adds 5 to the sum variable, sum plus 5, but its return value is undefined. So apparently that's what they want us to do. Sum should be equal to 8. Add 5 without any argument. Okay. no argument. Oops. So they say no argument. All right. Sum should be equal to 8. Oh, sorry. Sum plus equals 5. My bad. You recall from our discussion of storing values with the assignment operator, everything to the right of the equal sign is resolved before the value is assigned. This means we can't take the return value of a function and assign it to a variable. Oh, okay. Yeah, so all they are saying is the returned, the answer right here, we can assign it to a variable. Okay, simply. Okay, well, let's just show how we can do that. Call the process argument function with an argument of 7 and assign its return value to the variable processed. Okay, so this is how we do that. My mind went blank for a minute there. Call the process arg function. So process arg with an argument of 7. Assign its return value to the variable processed. So that's how you do it. Equals to processed. Then 7 here, 7 plus 3 is 10. 10 divided by 5 is 2. It returns 2 to this point. So the value right here is 2. And 2 will then be assigned to the processed variable. Okay, so process has already been declared here, so we don't need to use the var keyword anymore. Okay, removing. Stand in line. In a computer science, a queue is an abstract data structure where items are kept in order. New items can be added to the back of the queue, and old items are taken off from the front of the queue. Write a function next in line which takes in an array and a number item as arguments. Add the number to the end of the array, then remove the first element of the array. The next line function should then return the element that was removed. We have just 2 minutes left. Let's see if we can complete this under the set time. So alright, so let's break this down one after the other. Next in line should return a number. Write a function next in line. So this is the function next in line. It takes in 2 parameters, array and item. Write a function next in line which takes in add the number to the end of the array. The number is item. So to add that to the end of the array, we have to remember we have push and we have pop. What adds the number to the end of the array? It is, you guess it, push. So we have tests are alright dot push. Okay, and then we write in here item. Oops, this is not the type of bracket that is used by push. It's this. Okay, and the next in line function should also return the element that was removed. Add the number to the end of the array, then remove the first element of the array. Okay, removing the first element of the array you know we have shift and unshift. Unshift adds the element to the first of the array, to the front of the array, and shift removes or adds. Shift removes. Yes, that's the timer telling us we are done. Test array dot shift. Okay, and then we should assign it to the next in line keyword. Camel case in line. I hope I got this right. Equals. So we are returning this. Return. I get those two mixed up sometimes. The shift and unshift. Let's just hope we got it correctly. We did? No, we did not. Alright, let's just change this to R. And then this to R too. See if that works. That works. So more videos coming soon. Thank you guys for watching again, and don't forget to like the video if you found it relevant to what you were doing. So see you again next time. Peace.